Wuhan lab staff sought hospital care before COVID-19 outbreak disclosed, WSJ.
This post received a score of 16,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I might have missed it, but did they say why they sought medical care in the first place? No, but the end of the article contains this tidbit. Who knows if it was from the same source of intelligence or not?
Despite it being in the name, I had somehow forgotten that this shit started at the end of 2019. It's been a very long 18 months.
Well, it happened in China first, so at least in Wuhan they might remember it is a December thing. For everyone else it happened in February onwards.
I mean, we knew it was an approaching thing in January. I was overseas at that time and we joked with friends about how there was a pandemic show suddenly getting popular on Netflix, and were concerned about whether we'd catch anything going through the airport around the 25th. Of course, at that point we still didn't know it would shut down the world for a year or more.
If we'd done our due diligence and acted with discipline, we could have kept it contained, like Vietnam, Korea, Japan, and Taiwan did, returning to practically normal lives quite quickly. Here, we politicized the whole thing and people kept making up reasons to bitch and moan about wearing a mask. I'm damn certain the Chinese government fucked up and got up to some shady shit. This crisis really shook my faith in both the state and my fellow citizens.
You might want to leave Japan off that list.
In Australia and countries with fewer cases we can track the variant of the COVID. Couldn't we do the same with these researchers and it would show if they were first infected before mutations?
You can only do that if you take samples while someone is sick and extract virus RNA from those samples. Would have had to be done back then, in November 2019.
Not to sound conspiracy theorist, but if that happened, most likely those samples would never have seen the light of day.
That's good because sunlight causes samples to deteriorate rapidly.
Remember, radiation kills kids.
Radiation breaks the bonds that binds us.
Radiation. You have nothing to lose but your bonds.
Don't we already have evidence that the virus was around China, Wuhan in November?
Yeah, I remember Fashion Rep's sub was talking about then lol.
Yeah. I still remember my first information about COVID coming from sellers delaying shipments back in December due to lockdowns and people worrying about catching something through their parcels.
But when did community transmission start in Wuhan? Haven't they been suggesting that earliest infections in Europe could have been in October and in US in December? Comparing to timeline when outbreaks happened there, you'd expect transmission happening months before it was widespread in Wuhan. November doesn't seem surprising for there to be a lot of cases there, so while something meriting study, I'd like to see view on spread there before putting much weight on this story.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.